A bingo game in a Canadian nursing home turned ugly. Two elderly women apparently got in a fight over a seat. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation reported the situation turned into somewhat of a brawl.
Well, what is going on, guys? Luke here today, and I want to talk about the insanity that has been crushing my comments section, my inbox, and basically everywhere. And that would be the crazy hype, rumor, and run-up and sell-off of Bionanogenomics, or bingo. Because, well, you guys know I got no chance at pronouncing it right the rest of the video, even if I got it right that first time. I'll give you my exact thoughts on this stock, and where my money is going, and why, and if you should be buying this dip, and if ARK is going to be buying this dip. Now, if you keep an open mind and you watch the whole video, you are going to absolutely love this video here today. So just, gently tap that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, being upfront here, yes, this is a second video in a week where I feel I will receive a ton of hate. But I have to talk about this. And I honestly do it because I care about you guys and I want to see you all become better investors in the end, even if we disagree on our investments. So for at least 2 weeks, the most requested stock I have been asked to cover is bingo. And yes, it's the most requested stock and it's not even close. So taking a look at this chart right here, you see it has gone on a massive run. Like, it makes Tesla run-ups look tame in comparison. And I'll freely admit, there were some of you that were on this stock a little while ago and asking about it when it was, $1 or $2 or whatever it was. So you're clearly up a lot of money. But why has it run up? And I'm asking the question seriously. Like, why did this stock just 14x in 2 weeks? Yes, 14x in 2 weeks. Did they just launch a new deal? Nope. Did they have an incredible out-of-this-world earnings call? Nope, sure didn't. Did they just release a game-changing product or have an incredible scientific breakthrough? Nope. And we'll get to that article you guys are probably going to refer to in a little bit. Well, I saw tons of videos out there saying ARK was thinking about buying them, and that would absolutely send the stock soaring, right? Yeah, I agree. It would send the stock soaring, but nope. That isn't true either. So why has it run up? There must be something. Well, there actually was. But before telling you that, let me set the stage for what I'm about to say so this all makes sense. So let's go way back in the stealthy time machine. Back when I was a young hip banker toppling the world, and I actually had the same haircut back then. Every morning when we came into the office, the fax machine would be full of, hot stock tips. And they were always talking about how this penny stock had a 1000% return potential or was about to explode based on some new high-flying, cutting-edge technology or some other marketing scheme like that. We used to laugh at those, pin them up on the wall there in the fax machine room, and write the closing price at the end of every week until it got delisted altogether or we ran out of room on the paper. Seeing this every day for about 2 years, there were only a handful of stocks that made it out of penny stock territory and stayed out. Now yes, some would 10x in between, but they inevitably fell to zero or something lower than the price of the stock when it came through the fax machine in the first place. There are some stocks that are in penny stock territory for a very good reason that makes sense for the stock, but most are in penny stock territory for the wrong reasons. Alright, so back to 2021 and bingo. Why did this stock run up? I think there's actually a macro reason and a micro reason for it. We will start with the macro. Cathie Wood, who as you guys know has been killing it over with ARK Invest, has a lot of pull these days given her fund's performance. When she spoke 2 years ago, some people listen to her, but when she speaks today, almost everyone listens, especially the retail investors like, you and I. And when she says genomics is going to return better than Tesla moving forward, you better believe a lot of people started taking notice of genomics stocks immediately. So now genomics are the next Tesla, so you gotta have it. But guess what? Most of the big players and the known names have already had a huge run up. They already 3x'd or 5x'd last year. So what happens is some of the more speculative players start gaining momentum. Enter bingo. So on the micro level, people who are all over investing right now hear about a stock like Bingo, pile into the stock, and see immediate crazy returns in just a day. So it kind of spreads like wildfire through the YouTube community, chat rooms, and in the comments section, and others pile in and the price spikes up again and again. With penny stocks, it does not take a lot of investors, retail or otherwise, to move the price of penny stocks based on how they are structured. So I asked the question again, why buy Bingo? What catalyst sent this stock on a huge run? The best catalyst I could come up with was this. Bionano Genomics announced today that NASDAQ has granted the company an additional 180-day compliance period, or until June 28, 2021, to regain compliance with NASDAQ's minimum $1 closing price per share requirement. That is the best catalyst you got for a 14x run in a 2-week span? Really? This was the second time they were granted an extension for not staying above $1. And somehow that sends the stock on a 14x run? Here's another reason from Seeking Alpha's John Alford. This capped a wild week and is a momentum-driven mania trade not based on the previous performance or long-term trend of the company. Notice the key words there. Not on previous performance, not on the long-term trend. Just momentum. And not any momentum, mania levels of momentum. I know, slow down. I hear you guys screaming about the game-changing journal article that had a few websites that I've never heard of are quoting as being catalyst. There's a reason why I haven't mentioned it yet. That is because it's a paid-for PR journal piece. It's not an official study. There is a proper review process to make it official, and they did not go through this. That is a move straight out of the Penny Stock Trading 101 handbook right there. But why would they do this? Look, very simple. They are an extension from the NASDAQ to get their price up over $1. It's really that simple. Oh, and by the way, they couldn't do it the previous 8 months when all the rest of the genomic stocks were busy doubling and tripling or more in price, so they absolutely needed to take this route in order to get up over $1. If I personally owned this stock, I would be selling like crazy. This stock was under $1 for a reason. ARK Invest saying genomics is the future does not mean every stock that does, genomics is a buy and is going to the moon. There's so much of this same type stuff going around right now on YouTube, it's just crazy. I advise against playing that game as you will eventually get burned. Just like YOLO options or any of the other silly things that have come up this year and people are out there doing. With Bingo, this is called extreme momentum trading. Are there professional traders who trade this way? Yeah, absolutely there are. And you make money doing this? Yep, you sure can. Are some of the YouTubers out there promoting these stocks pros at doing that? Maybe some are. I honestly don't know, and I'm not going to judge them. Are any of these stocks a long-term buy and hold like Tesla? Very few, if any of them are. So what does that mean? It means to be successful at this over the long term, you have to essentially be a day trader who specializes in momentum trades. And there's nothing wrong with that. But do not confuse this with anything ARK does, or with this stock being like Tesla, or NIO, or even Nano Dimensions. Those are completely different stocks and should be treated as such. Trading this way typically leads to the same place in the end, and it's not good. And don't take my word for it, do your own research on the success rate of day traders versus buy and hold investors. The numbers are just staggering. But the lure of quick riches is great, and once you get a taste for it, it's hard to quit. Especially in a market like this where every stock pick seems to be a great stock pick no matter how stupid it is. I mean, seriously, just look at all the bankrupt stocks that have bounced back and, you would have made money if you bought the stock after it bankrupted. It makes no sense. Now, I agree completely. There are times when a quick trade makes sense or a swing trade of some sort based on a market anomaly or something like that. I agree, and I do it from time to time. But those type trades are few and far between, and I know that if this stock is 55 cents, it's 55 cents for a reason. But you have to understand why it's that low before judging its upside potential, if there's any upside potential. But if the only thing you can come up with is Kathy says this is the future, and the NASDAQ gave them an extension on the, you suck so bad, we're going to delist you punishment letter, or you're going to use a journal article that's not really a journal article, it's just something that they paid for, that to me just screams of a company that belongs on the fax machine room wall, not in my portfolio.